Happy Saturday. I am feeling immensely inspired and wanted to record while my mind was going at 1,000 miles a second, it feels like. And inspired by the Bible. I know I'm not looking to preach, but I really wanted to align my thoughts and share the possibilities. And I'm at the portion of the Bible where Moses is presented with the 10 commandments, which was profound to me because growing up, I learned that there were 10 commandments, but I never understood quite how the 10 commandments came to fruition. And so Moses is effectively playing the role of God in that he's judging all of his people. He's helping with the judgment of people. And it's an immense burden, particularly because his people, the Israelites, were coming out of slavery from the Egyptians. And so they're trying to reestablish themselves as people and in a community and doing all the things that they're supposed to do to align with God, which makes sense. Like, it's logical. Why not? Why would you not want to live your life according to some sort of laws and things of that nature? But Moses is bearing this heavy burden. His father-in-law comes to him and he can see he's stressed, and he asks, what's going on? What's the deal? And Moses is explaining to him, like, listen, I'm bearing essentially the brunt of God, where I have to judge everybody, and everybody's coming to me with what they need assistance with. It's a constant influx of, I need your help, I need your help, I need your help. And surely Moses is leaning on God, his higher self, his higher version, his power, if you would, but it's tiring. He's human. He can only do but so much. And so his father-in-law convinces him to start to delegate authority, delegate power. And if you think about any kind of structure that's in your life, if you're a parent, if you're a significant other, if you work, if you're in the workforce, that aligns with maybe you have an overall CEO, and from the CEO you have a senior vice president, and a vice president, and a director, and a manager, and a supervisor, all the way down to the employees who contribute at the front levels, at the front lines. And essentially, bottom up and top down, there are issues and scenarios that need to be addressed. And who is to do that? Not one person can bear that burden, unless, of course, it's God. But in this case, that's not the role of God. God is there for us to believe in and to lean on, but we still have to manage ourselves. So why did I feel like that was relevant? As it relates to consciousness, as it relates to the commandments, as it relates to what I would describe as non-negotiables, because of the way our consciousness works and our self-consciousness works, and because of the stress that we've had and the overwhelm and the difficulties that influence us on a day-to-day basis, and the fact that the world is constantly in our face and we're always distracted, it's awfully difficult to delegate priorities, your own internal priorities, which amounts to your commandments or your non-negotiables. And so what I wanted to share was the possibility that you're bearing a very, very heavy burden. And you should, because that's life. But if the burden is overwhelming, sure, you can submit yourself to a higher power. You can call, and you should call on God for help. But ultimately, he's going to tell you to help yourself too. And in the process, how can you begin to delegate non-negotiables in your life to start to lessen the burden? How can you eliminate things that don't serve you? How can you compound and invest in things that do serve you? What is it you're seeking? What is it that's holding you back? Can you parse those things out? Can you delegate, shift out, and even remove and eliminate anything that is not conducive to your growth and to your immediate health? I think that's a very important thing to do. And so an example for me, as it is Saturday, my non-negotiables that help keep me sane, I still woke up at 4. I went through my prayer and meditation that allows me to tap into my spirituality, that allows me to reach a higher consciousness, to become aware and touch and feel the presence of God and universe. I went through my reading. It educates me. It helps me understand what I think I like and don't like. I read a lot of self-help books. I think they're important. I went out for my cardio. Why? I like my fucking heart. When my heart beats, I live. I want to keep that thing healthy. And then from there, I went through some journaling, right? And I do all this, and before you know it, it's 6:30 a.m. And before everything that could possibly burden me, which being a husband, a father, a professional, that happens as the day progresses. Before all that weight is put on me, I'm able to level set. I'm able to bring myself to a place of peace. I'm able to bring myself into a place of consciousness that allows me to delegate and understand part of my non-negotiables for self and being the best version of me and getting the most out of myself and my life is to put myself in the best possible position for the people who are most closest to me, that I'm available to them without any limitations or any cloudedness, anything that could possibly convolute the mind. And so the diligence around that, easy to preach, quote unquote, easy to say, but if you take away anything from this, figure out your non-negotiables, figure out where your commandments are and should be to yourself, for yourself, and let the rest rock. You know, it's life is burdensome. You shouldn't carry it all by yourself. You should delegate what you can delegate to the people around you who can help, and you should eliminate anything that doesn't serve you. Do you. Stay rich.